Want to give it a little check?
I already have it.
Perfect. How's your week been, Coop?
It's been good. A pretty mellow week overall.
That's good.
But yeah, just kind of enjoying us coasting out of winter and into spring.
Yeah, not quite there yet, but
Today was pretty warm. It was like in the 60s. To me, that's spring, baby.
it's going to go back down.
Well, I mean, everything goes back down eventually.
Well, I mean, yeah, but...
And the next weekend's daylight savings time.
Oh, yeah, I hate
Come
that.
on, then we get another hour of daylight.
Spring forward. No, it's not another hour of daylight. It's they move the daylight around.
Yeah, but I'm not awake at 6 in the morning, so... on most days.
I am. That's when I get up.
Oh, no skin off my nose.
I'm not ready for it.
You're going to be waking up in the nighttime?
Yeah. Yeah, driving to work in the dark is the worst.
Yeah, I guess I don't have to do that, so that does suck. You know, the day will only get longer as well.
I mean, yeah, but it's still not fun. You been up to anything exciting this week?
Oh, it's honestly been a very mellow weekend. Did a little bit of spring cleaning, did a little cooking, but beyond that, just took it nice and easy.
Yeah.
What about yourself?
It's been real crazy here, yeah. Had my outlets on one wall didn't work. It was just the GFCI tripped.
Oh no, that's where you keep your air. That's where you keep the machine that makes the air in your apartment.
Yep. Well, not just apartment. That's trees are a myth. I make the air for the whole world.
Wow. They should pay you more.
They really should.
Or at least make sure you have non-faulty outlets.
But they weren't. I just had to push the reset, even though I pushed the reset and it didn't work. So I came and checked the breaker, and I was about to fill out a maintenance thing, and then no, just the breaker. It's been kind of a sleepy week.
Fun to have a sleepy week every now and then.
Yeah. Which is nice, especially with how busy it's been. Work wasn't sleepy, but home's been relaxing, which is nice.
Well, if we want to keep it relaxing, how about we just jump right into the album then?
Yeah, since it's no point in having a 10-minute intro to a 10-minute podcast.
Album. Oh, basically.
So hello, everyone, and welcome back to Audio Shop Podcast. This week we listened to Rewind Forward by Ringo Starr, the EP that I have referenced many times and have attempted to get Cooper to listen to, and finally did because it's 14 minutes long, and we were both feeling lazy. So
it is a short EP, 4 songs, 14 minutes. By, of course, the Sir Richard Starkley himself.
Mm-hmm.
We reviewed Ringo Starr album before on this podcast.
We did.
Ringo self-titled Ringo Starr.
Yeah, it was okay, if I remember rightly.
Yeah, it was very middling.
Yeah, it wasn't the best thing I've ever heard, and it wasn't the worst thing I've ever heard.
And so, not too much background needed for Ringo Starr, right? One of the Beatles. He was a drummer.
Who are they?
You can watch all the 1,000 of documentaries.
The Beatles. I don't know who that is.
Oh, they're kind of like the Beach Boys.
Oh, okay, thanks.
But British.
Oh, okay, that makes a lot of sense.
So, knighted. He's Wolfie's drummer full time. Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, yada, yada, yada. You know the Beatles. I don't need to tell you who Ringo is. This EP, though, is actually a recent release from October of 2023, so only a few months ago.
Yes, very recent.
So even well into his 80s, Ringo still,
he's in his
churning
80s?
out hits. Yeah, he was born in 1940, so he's 83 years old, 84 years old. So, Sam, the Beatles have been around for a long time.
I swear I just saw them in concert like last week.
Okay. And this was basically, he actually worked a little bit with Paul McCartney on this one. The song "Feeling the Sunlight" was written by Paul McCartney.
You can tell it.
And the final track on the EP, "Miss Jean," was actually written by Tom Petty, of all people.
Really?
Oh, sorry, not Tom Petty. Sorry, former Tom Petty and the Heartbreakers members, Venmont Tench and Mike Campbell.
Okay, that makes me feel better now.
Former the Heartbreakers and Tom Petty and the Heartbreakers.
Yeah.
So,
Okay, I feel less bad now.
So, so it's 14 minutes. It's 4 tracks.
Yeah.
Don't need to do too much pomp and circumstance here. We'll jump.
I mean,
right into
you
it.
forget to mention, Cooper, that for some reason it was released on CD, cassette, and 10-inch vinyl.
I mean, it's Ringo, right? He's got the resources.
But cassette, like that's... I get the vinyl, right? I get CDs. CDs are still a thing for now. But cassette?
And the opening track was also written by members of Toto. Just in case you were wondering.
Interesting. Well, let's get into it then with the first track.
Yeah, we'll get started with track number 1, "Shadows on the Wall."
And it is pretty good. Yeah, it starts with a really nice guitar lick. It kind of gives you a taste of what's going on. Some nice ooh-wahs from the backing vocals, and then T-Pain comes in. Sorry, I mean Ringo.
I mean, that's an insult to T-Pain, frankly.
Yeah, T-Pain's a fantastic singer.
Yeah.
Did you see his rendition of War Pigs?
Oh my goodness, so good.
Yeah.
His Tiny Desk concert is amazing as well.
Yeah.
But the elephant in the room, Ringo's singing.
Yes.
I think we might as well just rip this Band-Aid off now.
Yeah.
It is very bad.
Made even worse by the fact that some producer decided to auto-tune the shit out of it.
And I don't even know how to, okay, T-Pain's obviously the classic auto-tune example, but obviously he's doing that stylistically, right?
Yeah, because I mean, he came about right at the start of when auto-tune was being a thing and made it his sound.
It's almost like a Vocaloid type, expression of the sound.
Yeah.
Here, it's so obvious. It has to be intentional how obvious it is, but it's done so badly. I do not know who signed off on this. It's not auto-tuned enough to be stylized. It's just really crappy auto-tune.
Yeah, it sounds like auto-tune from 10 years ago.
Not even sounds like auto-tune of someone someone who didn't know anything about it, audio engineering, just kind of slapped together on a song just to practice on it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's not great.
For someone with the resources like Ringo, I'm sure he has access to basically any audio engineer that he could want. I don't know how it turns out this bad.
I'm attempting to find out who the producer was on this, and I'm drawing a blank.
Which it's startling, just how bad it is.
Yeah.
Just from a sound engineering level. I mean, the rest of the instrumentation is fine from sound engineering, right?
Yeah,
the
it's
guitars
fine.
sound fine. There's a fun little guitar solo on the song. Passable drums and percussion here. Oh boy, those vocals.
Oh. Do you want to know who was the producer?
I do.
It was Ringo.
Oh, well, that does explain it. I have a feeling his grasp of auto-tune and sound engineering.
Yeah.
But even then, I mean, he's been in the studio for 60 years of his life. You think it at least, through osmosis, just absorb some of that.
Cooper, he's 80. He might be deaf. Which might explain a little.
And I'm sure he's not up to the times of technology. But
No.
Still.
No, he blew the dust off of their original Mac that they had. Ugh.
So, yeah, not sure what more to say on that opening ditty.
Yeah, I mean the actual song's quite solid. The vocal, honestly, if it weren't for the autotune, it'd be fine. It'd be a fine song.
It'd be an okay song.
Fine, yeah.
Fine,
okay. It's same thing.
It'd just be very, passable.
Yeah.
Maybe. Yeah.
It's an 80-year-old releasing a song.
It sounds like a B-side of a Toto song.
Yeah, and which is fine. It's not horrible. It's not great. It's fine. But the auto-tune kills it. We do get, that really fun guitar solo with the electronic type filter around the 150-ish mark. I like that. That's good.
How about we go on to track number 2 then?
Yes.
Feeling the Sunlight.
And this one was the one written by McCartney, right?
No. McCartney wrote Rewind Forward.
Oh, okay.
Wait, actually, no, he did write this one.
Okay.
Sorry. So this is a Paul McCartney written track performed by Ringo.
Honestly, the vocals come in right at the start here, and I knew it was coming, and it still hurt.
Jump scared me.
Yeah.
I've never been jump scared by vocals before.
Like, I listened to this album when it came out, and I still was not prepared for how poor it was again.
It's how does how does vocals have like JPEG compression?
I know. Yeah.
Like I can see these vocals. I can see the pixels.
You can count the number of pixels they have.
Yeah, this is low res vocals.
I do quite like the peace and love thing in the middle. That was cute.
It's cute. I mean, he's been doing it for 60 years, but
yeah.
It's just the singing's so bad. I mean, this is like, again, I mean, I know it's Paul McCartney, but it's like just like a jaunty little tune that just I don't know what to do with here. Like, I guess the central hook is fine, but it's so based around Ringo's singing.
Yeah. See, this is where I really wish I could do a Beatles impression. Because we could have this whole conversation. Paul, write me a song. And just Paul reaches under his chair and like takes a piece of gum and kind of smears it on a page. Okay, here you go.
Honestly, that's probably not too dissimilar. If Paul just reached into the, he's probably got a filing cabinet from like A to F, in terms of ranking his own like stashed material. I just gave like Ringo a D song.
He goes to R for Ringo.
Oh, it's a little drawing. These ones are just for you, Ringo.
But yeah, I mean, it's nice and bright and bubbly. It's not horrible, but I wouldn't listen to it again.
Yeah, I mean, it's a forgettable bass track with just bad singing over it.
Yeah.
So not sure what more to do with that.
Jump to track number 3 is what we're gonna do.
Track number 3, rewind forward.
The titular track.
The titular track.
I will say the vocal weirdness here is masked by the choir. It adds some nice harmonies as well.
And it does have like a little synth on it. I'll give it that.
Yeah, it's there's instrumentation. It's a bit more dense in this one. They throw in a little guitar solo at the end as well.
Yeah, also, I mean, the backing vocals are nice on this song, so clearly someone knew how to mix vocals.
Mm-hmm.
It's just Ringo's performance is such a good sound of vacuum. It just swallows everything. It's like a black hole.
It's that one episode of I Think You Should Leave with the band.
Or he just keeps chiming in with like nonsense.
Yes. I know we use that joke for Bob Dylan as well, but it fits here too. Yeah, the chorus on this one's nice though. It's kind of got a bit of an earworm energy to it. I like the note progression.
I mean, it's a decent backing track. Again, all the instrumentation on this album is fine.
Yeah.
And the backing vocals are fine as well. I don't know what to say beyond that. Like I said, a little guitar solo. So,
well, we can jump to the final track then. Already.
Yeah, I mean, so it's final before. Track number 4, Miss Jean. This was the song written by the Heartbreaker members, Vince and Mike.
And I said that because I'm glad it wasn't Tom Petty, because holy shit, this is not a good song.
Oh, I actually kind of like this song.
Really? I was going to say this is going to be your favorite because it's got a slight honky-tonk tune to it.
It's got like a little bit of a jaunty throwback feel. The honky-tonk. Ringo's vocals are slightly more tolerable because they're slightly less auto-tuned. You have to admit the piano playing's fun on this song.
The vocals were the worst in this one, I thought, personally.
I mean, worse than on "Feeling the Sunlight."
Yeah.
I mean, I can't agree with that.
And for some reason, despite there being so many instruments, it still feels empty. Right? Like there's a lot going on here, but it just feels hollow for some reason.
Come on, I mean, that little like piano and guitar break at the 3:30 mark with the break in the instrumentation.
I just
fun.
didn't. It just feels empty. And then it ends. The song ends in the middle, and then it's twice as long.
It's called "Letting a Song Breathe." Sam Ringo's an artiste.
It did not need to be 4 minutes 40. It was a 2:20, a weak 2:20, and then it was a really weak 4:40.
I thought this one was kind of fun.
Wow, that's surprising. I didn't expect that.
Now, I want to be clear. Fun in this case just means okay. This isn't the next big rock hit.
What? Not the next big rock hit.
I don't think Ringo's churning out that right now.
Well, that's the album.
Yeah, that's it. That's four songs.
That's all she wrote.
That's a Ringo EP.
Yep. What's your oh, did it not update? Oh, whatever. What was your favorite track, Coop? We'll start with favorite.
I mean, I think I made it pretty clear. It's Miss Jean here.
Wow.
It's honky tonk piano. The vocals are slightly less annoying. I just had a little more fun with this song. What about you?
Mine would have to be Rewind Forward, I think. It feels like the most well put together song.
Sure, I can kind of see that. It is the title track, after all.
Yeah. What about least favorite?
I mean, I really didn't like Feeling the Sunlight.
Yeah.
I mean, I didn't like Shadows on the Wall too, and I really didn't like Rewind Forward. But that one definitely is a I just did not just the worst. Paul McCartney really scared bottom of the barrel with that song.
Yeah, it's not great. But my least favorite was Miss Jean.
Oh wow. I always knew you hated Tom Petty.
No, that's why I said I feel less bad now, because it wasn't Tom Petty, it was the Heartbreakers. I have no allegiance to the Heartbreakers.
Just Tom.
Just Tom. I won't disparage them, but I feel less bad for shitting on it.
All right. Well, I guess that's the end of the album then.
That's the album.
I mean, we have to do the rating now.
I guess. Do we even want to do a story for this one, or we can just say it's 1 to 5?
Once upon a time we made a rating system, and at the top you got showroom.
I feel like it doesn't deserve a story.
Yeah, this is we're going. It was a low key weekend. This is going to be a low key rating.
Yeah.
So showroom top, scrapyard bottom. Like new, fixer for used rental in between. So Sam, what would you rate this album?
I think we found like the upper limit of scrapyard. Right?
Like this is the scrapyard like ceiling?
Yeah. Like this is the entryway. Like it's not I wouldn't say it's that bad. It's just kind of sad. Right? It's not Santana where it was an obvious cash grab. This feels like elder abuse.
I mean, Ringo clearly, wanted to do this.
Yeah.
So I don't think
it's elder abuse that no one told them no.
I mean, who's going to say no to a Beatle, right?
Paul should have when he called asking for a song.
Look, Paul's always willing to help out.
Yeah,
it's not like he performed on the thing.
True. Yeah, I bet Ringo asked him to. He said, "Nah, I'm busy that day."
Hey, maybe true.
What are you saying, Coop?
I was almost tempted to give it a scrapyard, but I think I've got to go with like a low used rental.
That
Um,
I'm on the fence. Like, I don't want to give it a scrapyard, but I feel like it deserves a scrapyard.
like for me, a scrapyard's got to fail in like 4 out of 5 categories, or 5 out of 5 in some
Hmm.
cases. This one, I feel like it's it gets like a C on like instrumentation, um, and like and it's listenable, for like part for the majority of it. I
Yeah,
mean, Ringo's vocals are obviously like just a complete black hole of like performance, but it's not like I actively hate it when I'm listening to it.
that's true. Mine is mostly disappointment, is what it
I
is.
mean, if you went to a Ringo album expecting it to be like blow your pants off.
No, I expected it to be competent. I feel like that's a respectable expectation.
That's fair. There's definitely some incompetence in it, but I still got to bump it up slightly because Ringo at least sounds like he's having a little bit of fun here,
Yeah,
right? It's not like Sinatra or Sinatra Santana,
yeah,
where he's clearly like just a complete cash in,
yeah,
or like Imagine Dragons Origins where it like was actively painful. Like I hated every second of listening to that.
yeah.
Like yeah, I'm disappointed, but it. For me, this is your scrapyard, ceiling. This is my used rental floor. This is
So we're literally
you did
we're standing 1 inch apart. Is
yeah, you did the bare minimum not to be considered the worst.
yes.
So
Yeah. I don't know. I mean, obviously, I still think you should listen to it. I mean, I got Cooper to listen to it, and I heard it before.
it's funny that I rated it higher than
Yeah.
you did after
No, I don't think it's good, but I think it's funny, and mostly sad. More sad than funny. But I don't
For me,
know.
I don't feel sad listening to it. It's just a guy who's in his 80s. He's still having fun, right? He's
Yeah.
still making music. It might not be good, but I don't think he really cares about it at that point, right? What's
Yeah.
Ringo got left to prove?
Not a lot. I mean, he could try and prove his mastery of autotune, but I'm not sure he's got time to figure that out.
I just hope someone tells Ringo that you don't have to sing on your own albums.
Yeah,
There's no law that you have to be the lead singer.
he
Your
could
name's on
have
the
he
album.
could be a producer. He could do very well as a producer.
Or just drumming. He's a drummer.
Yeah.
Right?
Because
So,
I mean,
but-
it's a fairly well produced album aside from the vocals. Like I said, the songs aren't blow your pants off, but they're fine. If it had been competent singing, I probably would have given it like a like new.
honestly, if he had gone the Santana route and had like a guest singer on each song,
Yes.
this would have been a much better album.
That would have been good. And it wouldn't have been phoned in because they sound reminiscent of Beatles, right? It's not like Santana where he got a random song sent in and then just played guitar over top. Can you imagine
there's at
Ringo
least-
did that with drums? Like the track already had drums on it and he just added more.
That would be pretty funny, actually. Yeah, so I don't know. Maybe not disappointed is the word I would use. For me, it's just like, okay, this is a guy having fun, but that doesn't mean it's good.
Yeah. I would say disappointing. Anyway, that's Audio Shop we're speed running today. That's Audio Shop. Now we're gonna roll on over to the spare tire, which is just whatever else we've been listening to. Oop. And Cooper, have you been listening to anything?
Yeah, I have. I've listened to a couple of new releases. I've listened to some Inglewood, his album Nautical Nonsense. I thought was pretty great. Listen to some new releases with The Smile, which is just of Radiohead. Just made a different band.
Yeah.
And I like Radiohead, so I like The Smile. And some newer stuff with The Last Dinner Party. Their album Prelude to Ecstasy was actually really good. I really enjoyed that. And I've been actually listening to some of MGMT's earlier stuff because they just released a new album. I actually haven't listened to it yet, but it just came out this last week. And obviously, Little Dark Age was an excellent album.
Mm-hmm.
We both gave that very high reviews. So, what about yourself, Sam?
I've just been listening to Gorillaz and Electric Light Orchestra. That's all I've been doing. A little bit of
keeping it consistent.
Yeah, a little bit of King Gizzard sprinkled over the top of that as well, but mostly those two. But yeah, that's all we've got. It's a real quick one today.
But the album's 14 minutes, right? You can only talk about it so much.
Yeah, I mean we've already.
And this isn't James Joyce.
Yes.
this ain't deep.
We've already talked about it for nearly double the length of the album since we've been live. So anyway, that's all we've got. If you've liked this and you want to hear some more, you can go down to the description in Twitch, whatever. Scroll down the page. I don't know what it's called. And there's a picture of Jeff Lynne that takes you to our YouTube where almost all the past episodes are. And if you're listening on YouTube and you want to hear us live for some reason, you can go to the description, and that's where it'll take you to our Twitch. And I just remembered I need to go purge references to that site that shall not be named. So, Cooper, tell us, what's our Blue Sky handle? You know, that site that everyone uses.
You can follow us at Audio Shot Pod, that's POD, on Blue Sky. We'll let you know what album we're listening to and when we're going to review it. So drop us a follow there.
Yes, and also start using that site because, goddamn, don't use the other one. Anyway, that's all we've got. We will see you next time.
See you later, Shoppies.
See you.